Just a quick reminder, folks, check out the brand new Patreon page at patreon.com/snackspot. Link's going to be in this episode description. You can go on there and check out all of the great exclusive content for only $3 a month.
When they are just chewing, because it's like,
no, okay.
it's like they're fucking mushing food around in their mouth.
Yeah, which is the definition of chewing, first of
all. No,
but
like swishing it around like a liquid, like
they're about to gargle it.
Like they're gargling it.
Yeah,
it's fucking disgusting. It drives me nuts.
You got to gargle Lunchable.
Dude, I have that thing, like...
Yeah, whatever that thing is.
Dude, I cannot listen to... It doesn't matter who the person is. I tell my girlfriend this all the time. I'm like, I swear to you, it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I freak the fuck out. Like I will start punching people in the face if they're chewing.
Yeah.
Like I have to get up and get out of the situation before I start screaming. It's like the most painful sound to my ears is people chewing.
Yeah, there's a word for that.
Yeah.
It's genetic, actually. Like how people get it, you can trace it back. I don't have it with chewing, but I have it with a lot of other stuff.
Dude, it's like pretty
much everything else.
It frustrates me.
Pretty much anytime I'm in another room with a person, I'm furiously angry. But shit, there was something I was gonna open with. I don't know, but I had to get a little Lunchable in because like you said, we're potentially.
Did you eat breakfast?
I did. I had 2 pieces of toast. I had 2 pieces of decomels. But I
mix in an egg, like do a little something.
Mix in an egg. I can't be cooking eggs. I got things to do.
Do you know how easy it is to cook an egg?
Yeah, but
and what do you got to do?
I got stuff. I made a graphic this morning, okay, and I did some other
creative
things.
process.
Yeah, exactly. You can't rush art. Quote the guy from Toy Story 2.
Yeah. You could have done the creative process while cooking an egg. I would argue that it takes longer to make good toast than it would one egg. I know that for a fact, actually.
Well, how much is that really up to a person? Because you're so dependent on a machine to make toast, be it a toaster oven or a toaster. Which I prefer the toaster to the toaster oven when it comes to making toast. I get that with the toaster oven you can do, a lot of other things.
You're not talking toaster oven though. You're talking that's an air fryer that has a toast setting, large air fryer.
I'm pretty sure it's a toaster oven that has an air fryer capability. I mean, isn't that the same thing?
No.
What's the difference?
The difference.
But
toaster ovens can't air fry.
But this one can.
No, that's an air fryer with a toast setting.
But you know what? It used to be like you can't hook your phone up to your car, and now you can. You know what I'm saying? Technology evolves. There was a period of time where toaster ovens did not have the capability to air fry.
No, because a toaster oven is such a lower level of technology than air fryer.
But if you Google a picture of a...
Really?
Sorry.
Real fucking professional.
If you... Well, it's to remind me I'm supposed to post some clips, but I'll do that later. I'm going to turn the alarm off. But if you look up a picture of a toaster oven, it looks like the thing that I'm talking about, which is this contraption that our parents have, looks like a toaster oven more than it looks like an air fryer. You can't disagree with that.
So, no, this.
Ooh, dead to rights.
No, not dead to rights at all. Just because something looks like something doesn't mean that's what it is.
Right, sure. Seeing isn't believing. Believing is seeing. But if we're talking about this thing that has the ability to both toaster and air fry, and it looks like a toaster oven.
It's an air fryer.
It's a toaster
oven.
Look
up what that thing's called,
dude.
Because I know what it's called.
I don't know the model number.
I know what it is. It's a fucking air fryer.
I didn't sketch it out.
Don't start with me today,
I think it's a toaster.
Don't start with me.
You know I already did. Not intentionally. I had because with the Lunchable we started out on a bad thing. It was not. I didn't mean to do that, but I didn't want it to get warm, so I had to eat some of it still. No, I'm not.
I got to go back. I can't just let it go. I can't let this go because it does come all the way back to Lunchable because there's no reason to be eating now. We're sitting down to record a quick happy,
Matthew,
so we can go to an event where there's food.
You said to me, we had a time we were going to do the podcast, and you called me and you said, listen, sorry, I'm going to be a little later. I don't know how late because you got stuck behind a bunch of fire trucks.
No, there was a lot of shit that happened.
You said there's a parade and fire trucks and whatever.
That did happen.
Okay, so I'm like, we're not eating until a certain time. Dad had already gotten in my head earlier about what time we're going to eat at the thing.
Since when do you listen to our father?
Sometimes, okay? Sometimes food is the most important thing to me.
Of all the things that I think he's ever said to us, that was probably the least important thing that you could have listened to.
No, because he said there's going to be cookout type food, which means hot dogs. And I take hot dogs very, very seriously.
I don't know if there's going to be hot dogs.
which is again that's okay with me because now I've got the Lunchables, so I'm kind of got my like salty meat.
I think it's more of like a
I'm
catering
satisfied.
style event. Maybe cheeseburgers, but then I think like barbecue chicken.
Oh, there is
potatoes.
some kind of catering, isn't there? So probably not hot dogs, which is a mistake. Maybe sausage though, which
it might be sausage,
go to.
peppers, sausage and peppers.
Sure.
And then I'm sure a barbecue chicken, a piece, but maybe bone in, maybe not, maybe a breast.
Right. Yeah, it depends on how much money you want to shell out. Really, I feel like the lower tier graduation parties, you have to cut it off the bone yourself.
Yeah, you have to scrape the bone.
Oh man, speaking of
it's
graduation party food, like pasta, I went to Michael's yesterday. I've been there forever.
Really,
dude? I got the large chef salad.
Holy shit. Large chef salad, is gas.
Yeah,
no pickles though, obviously.
No pickles.
Everybody knows no pickles.
No pickles.
What'd you get to
They
eat?
keep it on there as a
Let me
test.
guess. You got chicken parm.
I did get chicken parm.
That's automatic.
Ziti. My
really?
God,
Ziti?
it was good. Yeah.
Really?
Or
I thought you were an angel hair kind of guy. Or penne, like one of those.
No,
ones?
not when I'm eating. I don't like a spaghetti. I don't like a long noodle when I'm eating the chicken parm. I like a more dense noodle that you kind of like,
Dude, it's automatic there. Large chef salad. No, hold the pickle.
Yeah,
Keep
hold
the
the
pickles in the back, please.
Yeah. The pickles are there just as
and
a
then
test.
I'll go baked ziti. If I'm really feeling, I'll throw 2 meatballs on there.
Really?
Yeah.
So see, because I always got to have some kind of meat. I always got to have some kind of protein.
But I agree. So I usually do. But like the baked ziti is a lot. It is a dense dish.
Dude, that's what Michael's, everything you get there is big. That's kind of because they still have the fettuccine Alfredo, which their Alfredo sauce is so good because there's so much fucking butter in it. And they do it right. And they it's a mountain of fucking pasta. And that's one of the great things about Michael's is the serving sizes.
I love that place.
Unbelievable.
I've been there a long time.
Dude, it's so good. And we went, because I went with my fiance, and we hadn't eaten like all day. So we went pretty early. We went at like 5-ish or something.
That's straight to bed after.
It's all old people.
Oh, yeah.
It's all like the oldest Niagara Falls people ever. It reminded me like going to Grandma Canada's house when like all her friends and stuff would come over. And dude, it was so
5 o'clock on a Friday
funny.
At Michael's.
It was so funny listening to those guys talk, and they all got like
now I'm hungry.
Breakers on. I know it's gonna be. Hopefully it's gonna be good when we go to this grad party. Folks, summer is in full swing. That means cookouts, barbecues, okay? And you don't want to be the guy who shows up empty-handed. But if you need something last minute, don't fret, because you can get whatever it is you're looking for when you use Instacart, because you can get not just groceries, but some of your favorite products from some of your favorite local stores delivered right to your front door in as little as 1 hour when you use Instacart, okay? And it can help you in your everyday life, No more wandering through the grocery store aisles, no more having to deal with those grocery store parking lots, okay? Make things a little easier on yourself and start using Instacart. The best part is, right now, 2 in the Cooler listeners get free delivery on their first order of $10 or more. All you have to do is hit the link in this episode description, get that deal, start using Instacart today. Folks, be sure to check out the brand new Patreon page at patreon.com/snackspot. The link for that is going to be in this episode description. We just started it. We've got all kinds of great stuff on there already. 2 exclusive shows, 1 Bad Directions that I do, giving advice to people while I'm in my car, and 2, of course, the Captions On podcast. We're working our way right now through the all the Disney Channel original movies. There's a lot of great stuff on there and a lot more on the way. And the best part is it's only $3 a month, folks. So it's a great way to get a lot of really fun content. I think you guys will really, really like it. And, of course, it helps us out a ton. So, again, link's going to be in this episode description or in our Instagram bio. Go ahead and check that out. Folks, another great way to support the show is to check out all the sick merch we have got over at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. Do something nice for yourself and get something that's going to make you look good, make you feel good. We've got all kinds of t-shirts on there. Obviously, perfect for the summer. The tri-blend material, baby. That's Target quality. You're not getting that anywhere else. And then, of course, the long sleeves, the hoodies. We've got all kinds of really cool accessories like water bottles, pint glasses, fanny packs, different kinds of hats, all kinds of really cool stuff, not just for this podcast, but also for Schemin' and Dreamin' and Quested, the other 2 shows that we produce right here. So go and check that out again at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. And if you're interested in advertising on this show or our twin show Schemin' and Dreamin', or Quested, the Dungeons and Dragons podcast that we produce here, you can email us at snackspotsports@gmail.com for details on how you can start reaching thousands of listeners in the Buffalo area and beyond. You know, these big companies like McDonald's and State Farm and NASCAR, that blows my mind every time I think about it. They're all advertising on podcasts because it's been shown to be incredibly effective. Forbes magazine has done some really cool articles about it. And it's great to see companies of that magnitude, you know, because these are guys that the advertising budgets are massive and they're advertising on like the Super Bowl and things like that. And it's fun to see them move away from more traditional media, you know, like TV or the newspapers or something. I don't know what people used to do, into something like podcasting. It's really, really cool to see. The problem is it hasn't left any room for smaller local businesses to get in on the action, but that's what we're here for. So if you're interested in learning more about all the benefits to podcast advertising, again, hit us up at snackspotsports@gmail.com.
Yeah.
There was something else on my mind.
I was thinking about this all morning because this is what I was stuck not doing myself. But, dude, I got to learn how to change the oil on a car. Like, it cannot be difficult.
Yeah.
Let it out one end, close it off, then put it in the other end. Make sure you got the right levels. Boom, oil changed. Right?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Because getting your oil change is the most inconvenient fucking thing.
Oh, 100%, dude.
Of all
I
time.
got to change my oil constantly because I drive so much. It's a big hassle.
Yeah.
But the guys at the Firestone in Rochester are super nice.
My car had an incident where I don't think it was self-inflicted. It could have been. But something was wrong with my oil something.
Sure.
There was something wrong with the oil.
Man, you got a lot of work to do if you're trying to learn how to change your oil.
No, like they didn't really know what it is. They're like, I don't know. They're like, it should have, you know. Pretty much, it almost ran out of oil completely when it shouldn't have. They didn't know. They ran some tests. They ran some tests. They couldn't figure it out. Whatever.
You got to snitch.
So I've been on a regimented, and like I was driving my car when this hit. Like my whole car, I had to get it towed. It was a whole thing.
Jeez.
A few months back. So I've been on like a regimented oil change schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the first time since then that I pushed it a little bit. And I don't know what I also don't know like when you're supposed to get your oil changed. Like I just look at the sticker.
Certain number of miles.
Yeah, they say like 5,000. But I'm like, I don't know how accurate that is. I feel like I never used to get it changed every 5,000. I feel like I used to really push the limits.
But my car is great because it tells you.
Yeah, no, my car's got that.
And you don't.
No, I look at it.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah. But, yeah, so that's what I went to do. I wasn't planning on it, but then I was like, fuck. If I don't do it today, when am I going to do it? It should be quick, easy, in and out. I'm driving past Delta Sonic. I'm like, I'll just pull in. I look. Like one car in there, one car like out front. I'm like, bada bing, bada boom, Mr. Worldwide, when I step in the room. Let me pull in behind this car. Dude, I was there for like an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, man. It's
and like the frustrating part was while I'm sitting not in there yet, because now at Delta Sonic, like when it's just an oil change, you stay in your car the whole time. You pull it up and you just sit in your car.
What?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. And your car's off, so like
that's also kind of like super embarrassing because like it's one thing to even just bring your car to have somebody else do the oil change for you, but now you have to like
I don't think it's
sit there and watch
all.
them. Feel a little embarrassed about it, like you know, it feels like one of those manly things to do to know how to change your oil and stuff. But also, it seems like time consuming and dirty.
Yeah,
and I don't really have any oil pants. I guess maybe now I do.
Yeah, this is my problem. Is that as I'm sitting like outside of the thing, like in my car, like, in line, watching, I'm like, dude, these fucking people are in no hurry. Like they're just molasses out here. I felt like I was living in the South for a little bit. Mm-hmm. Like these motherfuckers were just, boop, boop, and none of them would just work on the car that they were working on. There's 3 bays, like it's inspection bay, oil change. And none of them would just like do the car that they were on. They kept bouncing to every car. Like all 3 of them were working on all 3 cars. I'm like, let's fucking split it up here, boys. Delegate. Like this is not a difficult job. Let the oil out, put the oil in, I'm out of here. Smooth and simple. And like, dude, and then when I got in there, I'm like, well, this is why it's fucking taking so long. Like, I don't even know what these people, they were just walking around to nothing half the time. They'd like walk away from my car, and I'd be like, oh, they must be going to grab something. And just like walk to the corner and then just walk back. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's like, I don't know. And then he'd walk past my car this way. And I'm like, oh, maybe he misplaced his tool. Like maybe he accidentally left it over there. And then he just like walk back and then like just start doing nothing again, standing, like staring at my car.
Well, you gotta get their steps in, dude.
And they got me good too. I mean, this isn't got me good, but all of a sudden I see him with a drill, like with an impact gun. And I'm like, dude, what is this fucker doing? Like, I'm just getting my oil changed.
Yeah.
Sure as shit, he like pulls out my air filter. He walks over. He's like, not that you have to, but like, this is your air filter right now. We do have new ones. They're $28. And I was like, I looked at this thing. I'm like, yeah, that's 28 I'm going to need to spend. This thing was nasty. He's like, yeah, dude. He's like, I think this is the original air filter. I'm like, dude, probably.
It's got like that weird like skater S from like math books and stuff drawn on it. It's got like
this thing was
swastikas.
Fucking, yeah, this thing was.
It's been through the ringer. Some
hell.
bad kids, some
and then
bad
he goes,
boys
so
have
then
had
he,
their hands on
Then
that.
he goes over,
yeah,
comes back.
They got to get a new computer.
He goes, so the last time you got your oil changed at Delta Sonic was 2021, which I also don't believe.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe. I don't really usually go to Delta Sonic to get my oil changed. Just happened to be en route today. So I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, you want the same oil? I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, I have no idea. And he's like, all right, the price went up a little bit since you last got it in 2021. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, like 2021. He's like, yeah, it went up about $22.
Holy shit.
I'm like, motherfucker. Now I don't know what to do because I don't know, like, hey, let me see your oil list, please. Like a fucking wine. Do they have a fucking Sauvignon of oil, like, that I can bring over and be like, how's the mobile plug? Like, I don't know. I'm just like, fuck it, I guess. Yeah, just throw it in there. Like, what am I going to say? No, actually, never mind. Close the hood. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I can't do it myself. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Nobody ever instructed me.
Yeah.
And then I was way behind schedule. So I'm like, all right, I still got enough time just because I was planning on relaxing before I, got prepared. My relaxing time was now gone. And I'm like, all right, you know what? I will, I'll just, go shower, come right here. Perfect timing. Yeah. A fucking giant parade of fire trucks. Like, just, like, just.
Was it just a lot of fire trucks or was it a real parade? Like, was it?
No, it was a parade. Yeah, they're throwing candy at kids and shit.
Was it in like a neighborhood?
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
And I passed what appeared to me to be like a big machinery. They had, like, on the way there. All right. So on the way to where I'm going, there was one. It's a side street, but it's like a main side street, and it was blocked off on both ends, like fire trucks and like big like machineries parked all up and down it, but only like a quarter of the way. It looked like they had a lot more spots to fill.
Yeah.
And then the next thing I know, 3 miles down the road, I run into a fucking oh, dude. This story gets a lot worse. Not really, but so I'm sitting at it's a stop sign, and I'm watching the parade start, and I'm like I'm screwed. Like I'm trying to turn left onto the street to go home, and I can't turn left because it's the start of the parade. And they had some like walkers and stuff at the start, not like like walking people. They had some flags and shit, and I'm like, I don't know what to do, and I can't go backwards because there's a car behind me. So finally, the parade gets past me, and I like pull forward. And I'm like, I can't turn, like, I can't follow this parade down the road. Like, I can't do that. So I'm like, all right, here's what I do. I'm like, if I can get over 2 more streets, I can park on the side street. And I'm only like 4 houses in. I'll just park on the side street, walk. So I go through the intersection once the parade pass, like make a UE in the intersection. Come back, like, turn back down like the parallel street. And then I cut over. And I'm about to put my car in park on the side street. And I realize that the street that the parade is on is not my fucking street. It's the street beforehand.
All right, I'm a little lost. So what does that mean?
Like,
You didn't have to be behind the parade at all?
No,
Or you're...
no, I didn't have to be behind it at all.
Matthew.
I never was behind it.
You got caught up in the glitz and glamour of the parade.
That's what
life.
happened. I came up on this parade, and I'm like, fuck, dude, there's a parade.
Now
like,
I gotta be a part of this parade.
no,
Oh man! Now
and
they
I
want me
didn't
to be the
realize that
grand
I was
marshal of this
I
parade.
actually hadn't quite made it. There's 3 stop signs before I turned left. I was only at the 2nd stop sign.
Oh man! Now I gotta be the king of this parade. Oh man! They want
And
me
then
to
I was
ride on
already
all the
there.
fire
So then
trucks.
I drove myself into the parade again. That when I realized it. So then I had to sit there and wait for the fucking parade again
Jesus.
to get past the intersection so that I could go through it. And
Good Lord. You got to be careful, though. Yeah, parades. They come. I mean, because my street in Rochester it's prime real estate.
Parade
so
Street?
parades come through there constantly. It's Parade Avenue where I'm at, baby. When was the last time you went to a parade?
never.
Yeah, I don't. Well, yeah, I don't. I think.
Well, like I've gone, like we used to
just
go
the
out
Macy's
for
one.
the St. Patrick's Day parade.
Yeah.
but we never watched the parade.
Yeah,
I was never
yeah.
like, oh, dude, parade's coming by. Like, let's leave the bar.
Do you
and
remember
go
that
stand
time
on
we
the
were
street
like
and
a
watch it.
part of a St. Patrick's Day parade?
Yeah, in the falls.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
like across the street.
It's world's shortest parade.
World's shortest parade.
Yeah,
Okay,
it was-
yeah,
or,
that's what I thought.
It's the shortest St. Patrick's Day parade in the United States or something like that. Like
Yeah.
it's their claim to fame.
And we were like we held the sign.
Yeah, front.
We were right in the
front,
front.
cov.
I think we were just walking by, and they like asked us.
No, I
if- to
believe
do it.
that between our mother and our grandmother, there was some
Sure.
relation.
little
We were there
Irish
intentionally.
phone tag.
Yep. Yeah.
Get the
Yeah. They sent their
we need a couple
sheepdogs
of
to come
their
find us.
sheepdogs.
Yeah.
We rode them into battle.
Yeah.
We needed a couple Irish boys. Speaking of
Yeah.
which, Lil Red coming in the beard. I like
Yeah.
it though. That's what happens in mine. Your beard is getting really thick though, buddy. Like super long.
It's because I have no control. Like I don't know how to like groom it myself.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I get my hair cut and they, but like I'm never like, oh, I'll just touch it up. And I'm afraid
Yeah.
to. Like I'll do,
Do you comb it though at all? Because
Yeah,
it looks
I
pretty
brush it.
scraggly.
that's the problem is I can't straighten it out.
Yeah.
It's too like curly.
Yeah.
You know
we
what I
got
mean?
yeah. We got pubes. We got pubes for
Yeah,
beards.
I need
They're
to,
pretty coarse.
Because I do a lot of, I got a beard brush, but it's just
Beard
very,
brush. What do you use on your neck? Because there's not a lot of hair on your neck. Like you get that pretty good.
yeah.
Do you use a one blade, like a Norelco?
Yeah,
one
I
blade?
do. I use Phillips Ronco one blade.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
use, but I can't get that. I wonder why.
Yeah.
Do you fucking jam it in there? Like
No.
maybe my hairs are just too strong.
Maybe you got a
That's
shitty.
probably
Maybe you
it.
got the shitty version.
No,
I
my
got
hairs
the
are
top, I got
probably
the top
too
of the line.
strong. I'd
Norelco.
say my hairs are probably too strong from all the milk that I drink. Get them strong.
You don't even
get
like
them
milk.
strong hairs. That's not true, dude. I like milk.
You were just
plenty.
telling me the other day how much you dislike
I
milk.
didn't. I would never say that because I do.
Must've been talking to my
I
other
do
brother
like
then.
milk. I do like milk very much.
Must have been recording my
I'm a
other
milkman.
podcast when I had that conversation.
You know, because we grew up drinking milk like
I
at
do
dinner,
love milk.
which is not necessarily. There's this podcast that I
It
listen
was
to.
then.
It all depends on different things.
It was
you know?
normal then. Everybody.
I mean,
drank milk.
it was normal then, but I think it's more like, I think there's a podcast that I'll listen to sometimes called "Are You Garbage?" and they have famous people on and they ask them questions and determine whether
If they're
like,
garbage.
yeah, like trash or not. And one of the questions they ask is, "Did you grow up drinking milk with dinner?" And that's like a trash thing, I guess.
No, it's fucking not.
Apparently it is, dude. The rest of the world says it is. But I'll tell you, because I
if you're
thought about it, I was
5'7",
like,
I'm sure you say that, but
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Anybody, we don't have
because everybody knows
that short
anybody
in the
under
family.
6 foot, anybody under 5'11", poor.
Yep. Poor.
Yeah. There's no success in
They
this
can't
world for
afford as
short
many
people.
clothes as we.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you got to save money on
Yeah.
fabric.
Who was the short guy?
Joe Rogan?
Napoleon.
Yeah,
Napoleon ruined it for people. He was like the pinnacle, and then when people found out he wasn't really as cool as they thought he was, and he died or something.
What are you talking about?
Like when he
Do you
was
know about Napoleon?
Yeah, he was the king or the general or something.
Was he the king?
General.
He was some kind of. I think he was the leader of France, though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He was
But he was
and people
also-
thought he was the shit, but he was really small, so he had to act all tough. And then eventually he was no longer, and people were like, dude, he was not that tough. Maybe we were right about short people.
Who thought that he was cool?
The people in the time.
Oh, he was the emperor.
He was a big
France.
deal.
Yeah, but you don't get like elected emperor though. They weren't like.
I know, but he was running the show like he was a powerful guy, and people were like, dude, this guy's
he's the one who sold the Louisiana Purchase to Thomas Jefferson in 1804.
That was a good deal.
It was for us. It was a great deal.
Yeah,
top notch.
It's a good deal.
I wouldn't have had my history come.
Have you ever looked up like? Have you ever looked up like how much that would have like the amount of money that we paid then is like worth now, like, and seeing how much we actually, dude, it's hysterically low.
Yeah, man.
I gotta look it up. I gotta
check it out, dude. Nothing cost anything back then. It's so wild. Like, obviously, like most things, the perspective that I put it in is like comic books, because there are like golden age comics. Like this copy of Superman #1 from 1939 just got found recently. It's like now the third nicest copy in the entire world. And, it says 10 cents on the, you get that for 10 cents today. It's about $4.5 million at auction. And, you know what? You see a lot of memes, too, of people being like, on my, it'll be like a picture of someone, like an 80s housewife, and it'd be like, on my way to feed my family of 6 with these groceries that I bought for $25 to my $15,000, 4-bedroom house or whatever. And I don't know how accurate that is, but I'm not an economic, and I'm not one of those fellas.
I'm doing too much Googling right now.
You are doing a lot of Googling. You're really in a Google hole.
Yeah. So it was 828,000 square miles of land west of the Mississippi River. Was it all the way to California?
No.
Still a lot of land.
$15
million was at the time.
Wow.
So which is about, according to the internet, in 2020, $308 million.
Wow.
Which, when you think about it, for probably like a majority of our country,
a ton of states. I mean, how many states is that?
A lot of money.
It's a lot of states, man. Out of 50, that's a good amount of states.
That's like a 2-bed, 1.5-bath house these days.
That's pretty wild. Man, that's crazy. You got to build on it. Man, that's wild. But you know what? It was uncharted territory, Like, people didn't know what was out that way.
Potatoes?
What? No.
Idaho?
No, it was all unprocessed land, right?
No,
so
I know,
people would constantly die. That's why America, or the government, gave people, hey, we'll give you some cash if you move out this way.
Yeah, buddy, I've played the Oregon Trail.
Yeah, we did play Oregon Trail. That's a game that really has lived on in just about every generation of video game that there's ever been.
But
of course they
it's
do.
like
Of
way
course
too
they
advanced.
do. It'll never stop.
The Yak they found the old version and they played it on their show every day for like a week.
Wow.
And it was electric.
The original one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like there was like a website or something that they,
Yeah. Yeah, the one we had was like pretty updated, like CD-ROM. Do you remember it?
But it was like that's the one I'm talking about.
Okay.
Like it was like the original.
The original one though had like the green pixel graphics.
Yeah, that's true. Ours was the one after that, but it was still pixeled graphics.
It was pretty pixely for sure.
Yeah,
but it was still like
it did have
in color
blue
and stuff.
water. Yeah.
It had blue. Yeah, that's water because it's blue.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Still getting syphilis though.
Yeah. Dysentery is what would kill the people.
No, you could get syphilis in the game as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
you get a lot of things.
You know what? I guess that's a period of time where they were like.
I might have made that. I don't know.
If it's
I think
true,
you could.
That's crazy because that would be a period of time where it's like it's more important for kids to understand the historical accuracy of the context of what we're showing them as opposed to hiding STDs from them or whatever.
Gotta learn, man. You gotta learn.
I guess that's true. You gotta learn at some point. That's why they've got that health class.
Yeah.
Which,
you got to know when to hold them.
You do. You got to know when to hold them.
Know when to fold them.
You got to know when to fold them.
Know when to walk away.
Kind of always said that. So I saw the Flash movie.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk Flash.
I saw the Flash. I had to go see it. I was too nervous about it. I was like, how's this going to be? The Flash is like my favorite superhero. I had to check it out. And, it was good. which is probably best case scenario because it could have been fucking terrible, right?
But it was good.
But it was good. It was like a good movie. Some parts were really, really awesome. Some parts didn't make a lot of sense. Some parts were kind of stupid. Ultimately, pretty good movie.
Pretty good movie.
Which is like, again, best case scenario. But
Yeah.
Michael Keaton, Batman, because he was the original Batman, he's in this one
As
Batman.
Really?
Yes, they bring him back. And my God,
Why'd they do that?
just to be like cool. Because the Flash is like multiverse traveling or whatever.
Oh,
Like,
they got a
"Let's bring-"
multiverse over
They-
there in DC too.
Dude, DC invented the multiverse. Just an FYI.
Yeah,
Just
well-
so everybody knows.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but DC's again hanging on by a thread, Andy. Their existence.
I don't think they are. I mean, at this point, they probably aren't hanging on by a thread because now, the James Gunn is going to try and do some stuff. Depending on how that goes, then they're absolutely toast. So maybe they are hanging on a little bit, but I don't think it's necessarily.
But
by
you
a thread.
can't
I think
deny
they got
that
I
in
think
the
they got
past,
a rope of
I would say in the
bedsheets.
past 15 years, they have less than plateaued.
Jesus
meaning they
Christ,
were going
yeah,
down.
100%.
Whereas Marvel has gone to space pretty much.
Gone to space and
Now
then a
it's
little
now they're
shoopa-doopin'.
they're
yeah.
they're
That
coming
Doctor
back
Strange
to
movie kind of sucked.
I liked Into the Multiverse actually. It was
I didn't really
weird
like it that
because it was
much.
about a child,
Right.
like so it was a little childish. I thought at times.
Yeah. I don't know
But-
what I expected. I just guess it wasn't.
I
don't
thought
know.
it was good.
I didn't feel like I'm not sure, but I guess I got a little bored during it. Or
I like
something.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange is cool, man.
I
He's
was
cool
always
dude.
like, but I think Spider-Man got me really into Doctor Strange.
well, that fucking movie rules.
Yeah.
What's that called? Far From Home? No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Yeah, that's
Homecoming,
like top
Far
notch.
From Home,
Yeah.
No Way Home.
But I'm telling you, man, you have to watch that Spider-Verse movie, especially the new one. Is
It's funny you say that. Was I in a hotel recently? Oh yeah, I was last weekend, and sitting there at a wedding, and I'm sitting there, and I check in, and I got like 4 hours till I gotta there's this little shuttle bus coming to pick us up, and so I'm like, I got at least 3 hours, so I have to start getting ready, and I'm flipping through channels and looking for a movie. They didn't have like Netflix or anything, some hotels have that now, which I have another thing to bring up about that, but.
Okay.
I'm like looking, and Spider-Man Into the Multiverse or whatever that movie, Spider-Man what's it called?
the first one or
Yeah,
the new
first one.
Into the Spider-Verse?
Into the Spider-Verse. That's what I mean. Yeah, it was on TV, like just started, and I was like, no. Mm-mm. I think I threw on Born Identity.
Oh my God! I mean, fine movie, but dude, you would love these movies. They're so fun to watch. You would really like them.
That's what
But
you think.
your bias against animation is baffling and unfounded and incorrect, I'll say.
I don't mind some animated movies, but animated movies are for children.
Yeah. I mean, they are definitely geared towards children, but I think especially as,
And I do a lot of childish things. Don't make me.
hey.
I'm not shaming children
sure.
or
Yeah.
childish things.
Yeah. But dude, especially as animation technology gets better, because it's the same fucking thing with video games, right? You play video games. Those aren't animated things for children? Of course they fucking are.
Play NHL.
Okay, so that's for kids.
It's the
the same thing.
actually, it's EA
You want to play
Sports.
backyard hockey,
It's-
right?
It's rated for everybody.
So
For everybody.
so is the animated movies then. It's the same thing, man.
Yeah.
And as that technology improves and the people who people are getting into the industry and kind of pushing the limits to make things more adult, to show the real reaches of animation, to try and blow up the bias of people like yourself have towards animation, because people have done some really, really sick things with animation. There's some really cool animated movies that most of them now are maybe a little more, I don't know if I'm using this term correctly, but like avant-garde. Like they're a little more, like they're trying to prove a point, like being very artistic and stuff, and that's a little boring. But the Spider-Verse is actually a great example of a movie that, sure, it's still kind of for kids because it's like a comic book movie and stuff like that, but the way that they push the art style and the attention to detail in it, everything, it's absolutely incredible, Matthew.
Um, in talking about that, I was looking up. I wanted to know how much Avatar 2 ended up making.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wanted to know. Remember, James Cameron was like, it's gonna be like the highest grossing movie of all time or whatever. It's close. It was third,
That's crazy, dude.
and I think Avatar, the first Avatar, is number one.
No, Avengers. Oh no, Avatar. Well, it depends. I think they're putting the first Avatar at 1 because what happened was when Avengers Endgame came out, it beat the first Avatar, but then they re-released the first Avatar, and the money it made from that pushed it over the edge to become ahead of Avengers.
Let's see. More
But-
Googling to come.
Still, I mean, what are the top 5 highest of all time? I don't know the 5th one, but the top 4 are Avatar, Avengers, Avatar 2, and Titanic. 3 out of 4 of those movies were directed by James Cameron, which is pretty fucking nuts.
What do you think number 5 was? If you had to guess,
Brother Bear. Tell
Take a
everybody.
real
I really have no idea.
I think it's gettable.
I'm sure it is, but I'm sure when you say it, I'll be like, oh, certainly. But
I think
really have no
Avatar
clue.
and the Avengers movies are all in the same, like, thought process. Genre, for sure, I
Sure.
would say, but, like, thought process.
I mean, it's got to be some kind of big old blockbuster.
It's a franchise.
Tokyo Drift?
Come on!
Dude, I have no idea. I don't have a guess.
Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Really? Okay, cool.
You want to try number 6?
No fucking way. That's got to be Brother Bear.
I'll give you the top 10.
Okay.
6, Infinity War.
Mm.
7, Spider-Man No Way Home.
Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ.
8, Jurassic World.
I like
Jurassic
that
World
first.
is
That
good.
first one's a
Yeah.
good movie.
9, The Lion King, the one that came out in 2019.
No way.
Yep.
That kind of sucks.
10, The
Not that movie's
Avengers.
bad, but Jesus Christ.
11, Fast or Furious 7.
No way.
Yep, Furious
Wow,
7 sneaks in the top
dude, that
15.
was a big movie, man. That was like
Now I got to keep going. 12, Top Gun Maverick.
Oh,
13,
nice.
Frozen 2.
Fuck that.
14, Age of Ultron. 15, Black Panther.
Jesus Christ. I didn't realize how much money those Marvel movies actually made.
Yeah.
I knew they were always number 1 when they'd come
I'll
out.
just round out the top
but-
20.
Okay.
16, Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
17, The Last Jedi.
Ooh.
18, the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Really?
Yep.
Good for them.
19, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. That's the second one.
Yikes.
20, Frozen.
Wow. That's a lot of Disney on that list, man.
Yeah.
That's like all Disney. God damn it. They fucking run everything.
And then there's four,
Release
there's,
National Treasure
there's
3, you
four,
fucking
there's
assholes.
four more. Dude. These are all Disney movies. I don't want to keep reading the list, but
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna. 21, Beauty and the Beast. 22, Incredibles 2. 23, The Fate of the Furious. How are ya? 24, Iron Man 3. 25, Minions. 26, Captain America:
Minions
Civil
is not
War.
Disney.
I'm just reading them all.
I know. I just want to make sure you knew.
It's DreamWorks.
Or it's Illumination.
Oh no, because they're in.
It's Illumination. Yeah, but they're not exclusively a DreamWorks thing.
26, Civil War. 27, Aquaman. Shitty movie. Just kidding. I like that movie. It was okay.
It's not great though. Yeah.
28, Lord of the Rings.
Wow. That's
The Return of the
way
King.
down the list.
Yeah, but
Surprising.
2003 is when it came out.
That's
like
true.
you got to remember, everything in the top 10 is
It's
less than
very
10 years
recent.
old.
Yeah, you're right.
Skyfall, Spider-Man: Far From Home. I mean, I gotta
Wow.
put the list away.
Wow. That's interesting. That's a cool list.
I could have kept going.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
man, it really is.
But my thought process that I was gonna say is, you know how a lot of hotels like upgraded their TVs and so that you could have a Netflix button and stuff.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do now that you can't watch Netflix like outside of your home on TV? Have you ran into this issue yet?
They do a thing where you can so a thing pops up and it's like, looks like you're not at home and we don't like people sharing their shit anymore. and it says you can click a thing that says I'm traveling, and then whoever is the account holder, it'll send them a text or an email with a code. You put that code and it'll be like, all right, I guess we'll let you watch fucking the Great British Baking Show.
Very interesting.
Yep.
The Great British Baking Show.
That's a very popular show on there. I tried to watch a couple minutes of it, and I was like, it's too nice. That's the thing.
It reminds me of that SNL skit. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like world's smallest pie, or like where it's like Netflix and they're like, we have all the shit on there that they don't want anybody to click on. It's just supposed to be filler. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
You've never seen this?
I don't remember
I
it.
think it's an SNL skit.
Yeah.
And it's like Netflix HQ, and it's like, somebody scrolling like, somebody clicked on world's smallest pies, like quick, like buffer, and it's like buffering, and they're like quick setting up a stage, and then it's just like they like put a camera. Do we have any pie? We have no pies. Like what? Like, and then it's like it starts, and it's like the most boring intro ever. Like this guy talking very softly, almost like National Geographic-esque, and like a computer's monitor, like screensaver, pretty much like background, like floating through, and we're gonna look out, saying like we're gonna look at, and the people are like, man, this looks boring, and turn it off. And like, good work, everybody, good work. It's pretty funny.
That is funny. That's cool, man. They have a show on there called Is It Cake? Have you seen this?
Yes.
Have you watched it at all?
Yeah.
Really? You have?
I think I've watched it with you, because to me it's.
No, I never watched it.
Oh, really? Who
No.
have I watched it with?
I don't know, but not me. I always think that's stupid because the guy who hosts that show is on Saturday
Dude, it's
Night Live.
so easy to tell when it's cake.
Is it really? How do you know it's cake? Because I've
looks
seen
like
like the
fucking
trailer
cake, dude.
that plays when you're like hovering on it or whatever, and I'm like, looks
Because
tough.
the thing is, like they on the show, it is. I shouldn't say that. Like on the TV, they do a good job of not really letting you know which one's cake.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling in person, it would be so fucking obvious to tell which one's cake.
I don't know, dude. I think it'd be a lot harder. I've seen people like try to do that.
But
with
that's
stuff.
the thing is when you see their, I think what they do to make it more difficult is make burgers that don't look like burgers.
Try to make the thing
Yeah.
look like cake. Also, that's smart.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Because like the people on there aren't like world renowned fucking bakery people all the time either. Sometimes it's like very average people, I feel like.
The people making the cakes?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like sometimes but like it's not all like, and sometimes I'm like, dude, that's obviously fucking cake.
Dude, one day you're going to show up to the studio and everything's going to be cake. I'm going to make everything
and instantly
cake.
I'd walk in and I'd be like, dude, why is everything cake?
You're not going to realize it. I don't
even like cake. Why is
there's a
everything
There's a guy who I've seen on TV. I'm going to get in contact with him, and he's going to make everything cake.
I go to grab
You're
my
gonna have
microphone.
No idea.
just
Dude,
break
it's
it
cake.
off,
It's going to break
cake.
off right there. This is mostly modeling chocolate, okay,
Yeah.
but it's still kind
And
of in
PVC.
this is
Like
cake.
that's the thing. Like no shit, you can make something not look like a cake when it's not
When
fucking
not-
edible.
Yeah, when it's,
It's not cake. Yeah.
Yeah. Did that bother you with like the Ace of Cake shows and stuff like that?
Yes.
I always felt like there was enough cake in the what they were making that I was like, fine,
But
whatever,
like,
because it looks
again,
so
like
cool.
we knew that. Shout out to our cousin for teaching us this. But like fondant does not taste good.
Yeah.
It's just Play-Doh. It is
Yeah.
legitimately. It actually to me is Play-Doh because Play-Doh is also edible. And like that's kind of what it tastes like, but maybe a little bit more sugary rather than salty.
Yeah.
Like so when you see one of these
Which
beautiful
Play-Doh?
cake-
Which Play-Doh color do you think tastes the best?
I have no idea. Probably blue.
Yeah, I was gonna say blue for
Yeah.
sure. I was gonna say blue.
Probably blue.
Little blue raspberry Play-Doh.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Did they ever make like scented Play-Doh? They probably. I'm sure that idea has definitely been
They
said
didn't.
in the
yeah.
halls of Hasbro, but they were probably like,
We can't do that.
because you can eat Play-Doh, but there's
You shouldn't
probably
eat that much.
there's probably an
Play-Doh.
amount, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, people would be buying pints of Play-Doh
Yeah.
and chowing down.
But like
Play-Doh by Perry's.
as a child, I remember being like, "Oh yeah, you can eat Play-Doh," and like
Yeah.
every time I play with it, I just
You taste a little bit of Play-Doh.
I taste it frequently.
No way.
Just like a little baby,
sample?
because it was salty.
I never ate the Play-Doh.
Oh, I definitely.
I did like the
consumed some
smell
Play-Doh.
though of it.
Yeah,
Where it
Play-Doh's
smells
got
like
a good smell.
kinda
I definitely
gross.
consumed some Play-Doh in my day. All right, should we do the Who Win of the Week?
Yeah, we could do the Who Would Win. The Who Would Win of the Week this week is Nickelback versus a mariachi band. What a battle. What a battle. Where to start? Nickelback, they're early 2000s like hard rocking guys. Like they look a little more rough around the edges, you know what I'm saying? The Chad Kroeger was married to like Avril Lavigne for a very long time. Like they have that kind of aesthetic. But a mariachi band, because mariachi bands, like John Mulaney has that joke, right, where like a mariachi band is getting on the subway, and it's almost like the moments before you're getting attacked by a hitman or something. Mariachi bands, there's just no stopping them once they get that groove going. They're never gonna give up. There's literally an endless supply of members, it seems, to the mariachi band. So even if you were like, I hate this mariachi band, Nickelback is going up against them. If they take out one guitar player, there's 3 more guitar players ready to take the first one's place, and they're getting choked out by the accordion. Chad Kroeger's getting fucking
Dude, you cannot get
smacked
choked
over.
out by an accordion.
Dude, I've seen it happen.
No, you have
I've seen
not.
it happen. I have
It
seen
doesn't
it.
fit
And
around the
weird-
neck.
and the weird-
If anything, your better bet would be to suffocate.
your accordion is too small then. They make really big accordions.
No, but it's like
No, but
they're
you're like,
long though,
you
or they're
hold it.
tall. But
No,
they're
you're holding.
tall.
You're thinking of it different. You're holding it. You hold it a different way. So you know how you regularly hold an accordion to
But it
strangle
doesn't-
someone. You flip it and then you.
It doesn't really.
and
I
you-
think it'll still be too thick, dude.
It depends on the neck length of the Nickelback guys. I
Are you
think.
trying
And
to
they've
choke
got
out a
some
fucking
long-
giraffe?
I mean, Chad Kroeger's neck is pretty long. I'm
You're
saying his
underestimating
neck
the
is-
thickness of an accordion.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
I
you
think
are.
I think I've got the math
No.
out just right.
No.
Somebody Google the
You don't.
thickness of an accordion.
Time out. Also, like toy accordions used to be a big thing.
Oh yeah.
What happened to those? I'd love to fire up a toy accordion.
I think it's just weird that they were so prevalent in like the children's toy music making thing, but in real music,
They're not very
They're pretty
prevalent.
much.
Yeah.
It's just Weird Al and Polka, and obviously the Mariachi Fellows.
Yeah.
But that's it.
I mean, dude, you obviously don't listen to enough Nickelback.
That's true. I listen to that. I do listen to the one Chad Kroeger song though that he's done with Santana. I listen to that song constantly.
You got to listen to some more Nickelback. There's so many good Nickelback songs. I
Yeah.
could just think of a. I could think of
You can think of 1,000.
1,000 good ones.
Okay, list as many as you can.
I don't need to.
Yeah, but I mean, just list a couple.
All right. In order, I'll give you
Sure.
my top 3.
Oh, ranking them? Sure,
I'll give you my
please.
top 3.
Okay, I'd love to hear it.
This Afternoon. It's on the Dark Horse album.
How's that go?
No.
Tuesday morning.
It's like we got weeds in the front yard, in the backyard, 4 feet tall. Cheech and Chong probably would have smoked them all, so I'm down on the couch this afternoon. Oh, better hang on if you're tagging along, 'cause we'll be doing this till 6 in the morning. Nothing wrong with going all night long. Tough to put the brakes on, doesn't matter when I want to get up. We'll
That's
go
a Nickelback
out,
song?
me and all my friends. We drink up, fall down, and we do it all again.
That's a Nickelback song?
Just sitting around, hanging out this afternoon. Yes, that's a Nickelback song.
Yeah, I do know the song you're talking about now, but I can kind of not.
I sang a lot
quite
of
hear
it.
You did sing a lot of it,
Yeah.
but not very well, and that's why I can't really put my finger on exactly the sound of it. And
And
then the other
then-
two are like the famous ones, right?
What? My other 2 songs?
Yeah. What's that one?
Rockstar. No, that's probably not. I mean, that's a great song for
Sure.
listening to with people. Like when you're in a crowd of people, it always gets. That's probably in
But
the
this,
top 5.
but your top 3 is just when you're sitting alone in a dark room
Yeah.
listening to Nickelback. Got it.
I would say, "This Is How You Remind Me."
Oh, that song does
Yeah.
rule.
This is how you remind me of what I really am.
Just
Yeah.
sorry,
I'm on a different story. This time I was thinking, I'll tell you I was breaking, and I'm in up to the bottom of every matter.
There's so
Out of my head, and are we having fun? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think we did that pretty well, actually, too.
No,
From a vocal
that's a pretty
standpoint?
good tune.
Yeah. And then I don't know. I'd have to There's one I'm forgetting that I should put in there. And then I would say also to round out the top 5 would be Photograph, probably.
That's a great tune too.
Photograph. Those are all popular songs. I don't know. Let me
They
look.
just put out a new album like a couple months
Yeah,
ago.
they're on tour right now.
That's cool.
They're going to Boots and Hearts and they're going to Darien Lake.
No way.
Yeah, I wish I was going to see
Dude,
that Boots
thank
and
God,
Hearts.
man,
I aged out of Boots and Hearts.
Because they really got shit on for such
If
a
you
long
look,
time.
if I click like into my music to look what comes up. Those are like my suggested. But
Wow.
Nickelback, the artist, and that song this afternoon, and Scotty Doesn't Know is also on there.
That's not a Nickelback song though, right?
And Brooks and Dunn Essentials. No, Scotty Doesn't Know is that song from
That's from the movie, right?
Yeah,
Road
Euro
Trip
Trip.
or whatever.
Scotty Doesn't Know.
Sung by Matt Damon, if I'm not mistaken.
according to Apple Music.
Well,
Probably the character's name. Oh, If Today Was Your Last Day.
oh man. Oh,
Dude.
you know what other song Nickelback has? Which
Far
we're
Away.
not even in the who would win at this
No,
point
we'll
anymore.
get
This
there.
is just Nickelback
We'll get back
time.
to it. We'll tie it back.
You know
in.
what other song they have is the song at the end of the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, Hero. And need a hero to save us.
We're not gonna stand in the way. Banger,
That
dude.
is a
Dude,
great song.
I can't believe that Nickelback
On
took
the
so much.
wings
Dude,
of
Angel. Yeah, sure. I don't know.
Watching you
Dude.
fly away.
Holy shit.
That's a great song.
I'm showing up to this grad party we're about to go to fucking blasting that song.
Dude, we're coming in. Yeah.
We got to sync it up. So our cars pull in next to each other and we're both listening
Oh
to that
my
song.
God, make it extra loud.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah. All right, back to the one we're weak.
Now
okay,
I'm starting to
Nickelback.
switch.
It's the,
Now I'm
we were
starting to
still on
switch
the-
on
It's
Nickelback.
obviously Nickelback,
Oh,
dude.
fuck.
It's obviously Nickelback. They are kicking the shit out of a mariachi band.
And you know
Now.
what? I think the number one point that we have stumbled upon here is that Nickelback is going to go into any fight, any situation as the underdog. People are going to
Yeah.
underestimate them, and then they're going to learn. And that's what's going to happen with this mariachi band, because I think a mariachi band is definitely very confident in its abilities, because there's so many instruments and a lot of that music is it's
they're
very complicated.
Yeah,
and
they're very
stuff,
bouncy.
you know, and those guys are good at what they do, and they know it.
Where every Nickelback, you look at every member of Nickelback and you're like, that guy has spent a lot of nights at a bar drinking alone. When you hear them sing, at least. Maybe not
This is
physically.
how
Yeah. You remind me.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to
It's
be
Nickelback.
Nickelback.
I'm
That's a
locking in
quick-
Nickelback. That's a clean
Fucking
sweep
A.
over a mariachi band.
God damn.
Vote on that on Friday on Instagram. Who would win of the week?
I think Nickelback would come into it the way, like, you know, the scene in Good Will Hunting at the beginning when they are in the car and they see that guy, and then Matt Damon gets out and they all get
Yeah.
out. Like, that's Nickelback.
Yeah.
Like, they're just all wearing
Yeah.
jeans
And leather
fighting.
jackets.
Yeah.
And one of them, their leather jacket's super tight, but the other one wears it baggy, Uncle Cracker style almost. Yeah.
He's got a little of that Unc
Oh,
Cracker
dude.
in him. Unc K.
All right. Well, a little bit of a shorter episode today. Not too much shorter though.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I can't see the time.
Yeah.
So,
But
but it's a special occasion. We gotta
special
do a couple-
occasion, multiple
Gotta get
reasons.
out
One,
here.
we're recording on a Saturday, so
Yeah.
if there's any massive news that breaks between Saturday and Wednesday,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh my God, I have to tune in to Two in the Cooler this week to hear their horrible opinions on whatever world crisis is going on, we won't have it for you. And yeah, next time you hear from us, Andy, married man, will no longer be on the market.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Sorry, fellas.
I was going to say sorry, ladies, but listen. Oh,
No,
he throws a
they-
wink.
They know.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
know. They're not interested.
Andy, I love you.
I love you too.
This took a turn. I got to say one more thing. This took a turn because we were originally supposed to record tomorrow, and I said on Wednesday when we were here recording last week's episode that I couldn't wait to sing Sunday morning rain is falling
Oh, that's right. You can still
on
sing
the
it.
show, but it's a Saturday,
Yeah.
and it's beautiful
You
sunny
still got
outside.
a little bit in it, and you sang a lot of other great tunes.
I did.
I love the
'Cause
singing.
this is how you. I wish we had the money to like buy stuff because I would. That is how that song should be what takes us out. Like if it wasn't.
Oh,
like,
you want to buy the
copyrighted.
rights to that
Yeah.
song?
Like if it wasn't like a copyright thing. Like that
Yeah,
song
yeah.
would be what takes us out. And if we figure out how to do that and we buy it, then cut this part of the show.
Okay. I
But
mean,
no,
we're not
leave it
going to
up.
buy
Yeah,
it in
no.
time before this episode comes out.
wish we
anyway,
could.
So
Andy, I
we'll
love
get
you.
it at some point. Maybe that's what I'll get you for your birthday. It's the rights,
rights
to
to
it. Yeah, the
that
rights
song?
to Nickelback song.
Dude, I'd be suing the shit out of people. Cease and desist. Cease and
Dude.
desist. Cease and desist.
Yeah, a lot of
Oh,
people
it'd be
make a
getting
lot of
nuts.
money that way. It's pretty crazy. But I love you too. Let's get out of here. Thanks, folks.